Wake up. Smell the essence of change in the air. Wake up. Today is the day. Wake up. This moment is your moment. Use your senses. Feel it in your gut. Look around you. In every corner, there is an opportunity, infinite possibilities. The time is now. It has come to try something different, to expand into the person you have always wanted to be. Make a decision that will increase your level of bliss. Learn to see life through a lens of appreciation. Same life, new perspective. New attitude equals full abundance. The key is gratitude. The attitude is loveitude. Empower your life. Ignite your spark. Be authentically you. How, you ask? Simple. Practice. Trygratitude.com. Good morning. It is 7 a.m. here on the West Coast, and it is a
Yep.
beautiful, gorgeous morning. I am Debbie G. You are watching Spirituality Gone Wild, several watch parties, and next to me, I have one of the most glorious people in this world, Francisco Osa. Where was the Javier? I want to
I
say
don't know,
Francisco
yeah.
Javier.
I didn't put the Javier, I just put also out of fear. I don't put my last name, but that's fear-based choices. We're not going there, right? We'll just put the last name.
Yes, we want you to know we'll be giving out his phone number and address later on in the
Right, right, right,
broadcast.
right.
We have
Right.
we
Hello.
have no
Come,
fear.
Stevie. How's everyone doing, guys? Welcome. Yay.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to my tea. I've got all the I'm so grateful to be here with you. I've been looking forward to this day all week long.
I love it. Yay.
Well, you're one of my favorite people to watch and also sit and chat with because
Hmm.
you invite us to expand our thoughts on something more than just what's in front, like this belief system we think is sitting there.
Hmm.
So, that's what I dig about you. So, what's going on in your world right now? What kind of things have you seen this week that you have expanded with?
Okay. So, a lot of this, one of the things personally that have come to me now is, this expansion of a heart chakra, but in intimate relationships, right? And I've been invited to this twin energy thing for the last few months, and I've been attracting love, you could say, or, you could say that attracting an intimate friendship, right? And yeah, I feel like this is all new to me to experience a new timeline with healthy friendships and healthy relationships. But friendships, I've had healthy friendships since I woke up, right? We shift very quickly out of that. But when it comes to intimate relationships, I think that you don't date people every day, right? Unless we do, no judgment there, judgment also both, right? Right, you can
Well, we have
with no
names for
judgment,
we have names for those, but
right? With
yeah,
no
no, no,
judgment,
no
I judge, I
judgment, no
say, right?
judgment, no
But
judgment.
it's been healthy. It's been healthy, and that has really opened my eyes on really what it really means to have intimate relationships with people and what that means for people as a collective. Because if me and this person are doing this, it means that we're doing it for many people, but also then we're responsible for kind of serving back and saying this is what healthy relationships look like, maybe, right? Because we're a successful couple and it works, right? So that has definitely kind of been an eye opener for me, especially with this Gemini energy, which is the twin energies, the 22 today, two twos, two twins. There is a lot of synchronicities here. It's funny because my ascendant is Gemini and his ascendant is Gemini, and today is Gemini new moon on the 22nd.
Oh
So
my
it's
god,
like,
that is so
wow.
funny. Okay, so wait a minute. What I'm hearing is that you have a new interest.
Right, right.
Oh, yay,
Hmm.
everybody! Can we all like just give hearts to Javier? Ah, I'm gonna call you Javier. I don't know
I
why.
love you.
I
No,
always
please
want
do.
to. I always want to call you Javier. It's just like that thing. Okay, and I wanna also let's say good morning really super quick. Good morning, everybody.
Yes, good morning. Yes, let
Good
me look at the
morning, Gail
keypad.
and Denise and Susan and Gina and Billy and Facebook user who I don't know your name. Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is super exciting, and I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so love is in the air right now.
Right.
I have a friend of mine and
Mhm.
I have 2 friends of mine, 2 actually of my favoriteest people, other than you, because 'cause you're, like, definitely my favoriteest people, but they're like and so these 2 are now, like, chilling and hanging out, and they've got
Right.
this, like, this thing going, and I'm like, "Ah, yeah!" And I'm over there getting away, and I'm all excited because, like, it's spring is in the air, and
Right.
everybody is, like, finding these people that spark their G vibe. That's your gratitude vibration, by the way. Don't start thinking something funny. I didn't mean it funny.
Pasa Bob's. Pasa Bob's so below.
Oh my god. Ah, that was good. Yeah, we all needed
Anyway,
that. Cheers,
right. So
darling.
this
Cheers.
is the it's the Venus energy. So this Venus retrograde is really inviting this divine love. See, what happens is that Earth is the orphan planet, right? We're an orphan planet, and we're back in an integration process to the galactic cosmos and solar understanding, right? Solar
Yeah.
awareness. And Venus is taking responsibility for Gaia in a way. Venus is kind of like the tutor of Earth because
Mm,
Gaia has this very kind of like sexual expressive energy, right? So you could say life on planet Earth is very kind of sexual expressive. Venus is not so sexual; it's more divine, third eye, heart chakra space. It's
yeah.
less animal, more more logic. I guess you could say more logical without the right, right. So, so it's you see this Venus energy has coming in, right? We're talking like, what does this mean? What is this divine love we mean, right? And it's all about really, it's about logic and love and really kind of not sex. Sex and love are disconnected, and that's the illusion we need to collapse. It's all one thing, right? Making love with someone is expression of love, right? Having sex with someone, you could say. But before we're all out in the collective structure, very unaware of who we are and why we want something, we don't know why we want anything, and we don't know why we want something, and we are subconsciously just driven to this contract, right? And then it becomes very kind of disconnected. So yeah, so love is in the air. You're right. There's a lot of this thing happening, and this Gemini moon is the twin, so it's bringing a lot of these divine couples. Every so many cycles, there's this like unions of divine couples coming in, right? And you could
Mhm.
say the twin energy is two people with the same vision, with the same goal, serving others, understanding that the creator is the one that created them, and then they will go co-create with the creator, right? And I feel that that's what a twin is for me, and that's also my divine masculine, my divine feminine balance within me, in both in kind of balance, right?
Yeah.
Or just understanding that I have both, right, and that will attract the opposite octave of that energy. So I could attract very masculine men or very feminine ones, also both, because I have both aspects. We all do, right?
We all
And
do.
that's when
I
we have.
have yeah. I have a really strong masculine.
Yes, you do. I love it. Me too. But then my feminine is also there. So me and you're kind of
Right.
like,
Yeah, I've got the feminine though. I mean, no, I've got my foofy feminine. Okay.
I love
So
it. Right.
that means to tell me that I should have my divine coming in any minute. If I go look in the mirror, I'm imagining I'm gonna find it. Because in my so everything that I've discovered thus far, in order to
Hmm.
really connect with another human being on a
Hmm.
soul to soul connection,
Right.
then it's really important that we have the self-love, the love for self and have that in space. And I
Hmm.
don't know that for me it's an going process. Like it's not complete ever. I'm constantly
Right.
like there's
Right.
always like these soul fragments. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute. I saw that over there. Give it back." And this one over here
Hmm.
because right now I it's if anybody if this is a little too woo woo, sorry, but so soul fragments is it's when
Hmm.
we go around in this world, every place we go, we leave a little piece of us. Every person we
Right.
meet, we leave a little piece of us. And once we start
Hmm.
recollecting all of our soul fragments, to be that whole to ourself, and to be the self-love. And to do that simply means truly setting your boundaries, using compassionate communication skills, but also to really practice self-nurturing and self-love. And self first is not selfish. We want to call in the divine love, and this is something I definitely want for my life. That
Right.
person who's going to
Mm-hmm.
be there and share in this experience with
Mm-hmm.
me. But dude, it's different than it was before. Like, I'm not looking for somebody who's just like gonna, hold
Mm-hmm.
my hand, give me little smoochies. Actually, you want
Right.
me to know, you want me to get real with you? I'll tell you what
Uh,
I told my friend last night. All right, you all can be judgy if you want to be judgy.
mhm.
I I had a friend once who's no longer on this earth and treated me like a princess, and I kid you not. And I'm this guy. We said I have this masculine side to me. But the fact of the matter is that I love being treated like a princess. It reminds me
Mhm,
of when I was little and went to Disneyland and pretended I was a princess. I'm pretty
mhm,
sure somewhere in my DNA there's princessy stuff. You know,
mhm. Oh yeah,
I could just
of
feel it,
course.
right?
Yep.
So I said last night, I said, I want to be treated like a princess for the first, and that's like came out of my mouth. And now I'm saying it to the hi, everybody. Yes, I said that, and what that means for me is that, okay, yeah, I like to be spoiled, but that's not even about all
Mhm,
that. I like to
mhm,
spoil right back, by the way. It isn't
mhm,
a one-way
mhm,
street. But I really sat there and went like, oh my God, I really love that attention, the affection.
mhm,
That's what it means to be
mhm,
spoiled. I don't mean like a bunch of stuff. I don't need
mhm,
I'm talking about with their heart.
mhm.
So,
Right.
I have this feeling that you like to be spoiled too, though.
Well, yes, actually, and I love that you brought that up, right? Because this is why I have the crowns on my pyramid, and I'm a prince too. So that makes two of us,
That's
right?
right.
So what is this? And it's good you bring this up because we go into distortions, and I love that you kind of bring this. So it's like, yes, you want to be seen, and this is not bad. It's not guilt. There's no guilt and shame in seeking attention, and it's innocent. It's hi, I'm divine as you. Look at me, I'm so pretty, and so are you. Now, am I making this about myself? Yes and no, both. Yes, because I am me presenting myself to you, and no, because I'm giving myself away to people. Right? So it's like services others frequency. Is important. So right. So what is with this old princess thing? Why is this being called so much? And this is because of our of who we are in the higher realms. I mean, at the end of the day, the higher realms, you have everyone being princess. I mean, Mercury is not better than Jupiter. So I'm not better than you, right? Right.
Actually, I love that. I'm actually loving this 100% because what I'm hearing you say is like, not only is it great to want to be seen, and
Right.
I want to give you a high five, kudos for that, because the fact is that attention means I want to be seen, and he caught that
Yeah.
like a
Innocence. It's
freaking like a
innocence.
champ. Yeah, you
Hmm.
caught that like a champ. I love that. And
Hmm.
then um, I just absolutely I think what you're saying is so vitally important. It really
Hmm.
super is. So
Hmm.
what kind of things did you put in place in your life, do you think, in the last, like, because I know y'all out there's other single people out there just like I am. What kind of
Hmm.
stuff have you been putting in place so that you could call this divine love into your life, besides you being your divine love,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
other actual human you can touch?
Right. So, I feel like I didn't intentionally look for anything, but I attracted it unintentionally. So unintentionally, we're not looking. So actively, I'm not actively looking, but I'm not looking either, right? So it's
Yeah.
very important to just kind of nothing. I don't miss anything. I'm complete. So I don't need anything because I'm fine. So I'm not. I don't need to look for anything because I have everything, right? I have me, myself, and I. Right? I got my heart and I got my health, food, shelter, and water. And now it's time to create, right? Once you have those things, you can call that the Kabbalah, the tree of life. Once you have the great foundation, then you can ascend to brilliance and other aspects of it, right? But so keeping, just allowing to receive, I feel like it was challenge for me at the beginning when I was going through this, because at the beginning of any unions. It's very uncomfortable because we're very vulnerable. It's very scary for some people, and we need to surrender the scary aspect and allow ourselves to receive and trust that the people that are being attracted to you are now at a different vibrational frequency because we have done so much work. So me thinking, worrying, and I'm waiting for a text message. I don't see he's on. He doesn't message me. This is neediness, and it's okay to be needy, but let it not take over you because then it pushes people away. So ground in neediness because we want to be needed. We want to hug. I do want him here. You want him there. That's totally fine. But we lose our minds in the neediness because we're so depleted from connecting that if we don't have that, it's like suicide, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Okay. So
another world
anybody, I,
style,
I I wonder if anybody ever has felt that way. Like
right?
they send off a text.
Right.
So and then they don't get an answer back, and then you start thinking, okay, this happened the last time I dated somebody. Last time I dated
Right.
somebody, which was like back in December,
Hmm.
and I would send a text or whatever, and I wouldn't hear from them.
Right.
I would
They
practice the
ghost you.
art. You know what I would do? I would no, I would just practice the art of non-interference. But here's what did happen.
Hmm.
After that happening just a few too many times,
Right.
like then I went, I'm really after 3 months of that, I'm like, or 3 dates of that, not 3 months. Oh my god. 3 dates of that. I'm like, no, I don't want to. No, I'm not going to wait 2 days to find out if we're going out tonight.
Right.
Right, kinda
Right.
thing. In
Yes.
other words,
Yes.
I wasn't so then it became a boundary thing, and it was like respect.
Hmm.
And then I started
Hmm.
realizing that then I said this, I'm like, "Oh my god, he would be perfect if" Oh no.
Oops.
He's gone.
Oops.
He's goner. He's done.
If
He's out.
right. Right.
If I start thinking somebody needs to change
Right.
to suit my little fancy pants, then I'm definitely on the wrong
Mhm.
track, and I need to walk
Mhm.
away politely. If I start
Mhm.
thinking you need to go take this class, and after you take this
Right.
class, and let's see if we can
Right.
possibly meet on some other level. Well, it really has no right or wrong because he wasn't doing anything wrong. He
Nope.
was doing it his way. But
Yep.
was his way my way? And was it in alignment with me or with
Right.
you guys can feel it. Look at this is about your intuition, your gut. So when you met
Right.
when you met your new beau, did he how you can feel the alignment, right?
Right, right. And that's the thing. It's like feeling the alignment, and then what do you exchange it with? Because a new presentation, a new template is being presented, and you're trusting that this is the right template, right? And then this is actually the right vibration and presenting that, right? And allowing it. Allowing it is so important because we're caught up with the old thought patterns. And you're so right, Debbie. I'm glad you recognize it, right? It's like, right, so that. So whenever we say, let me do this so that, this is manipulating things. We manipulate things every day, but without it being aware. I need to make the coffee this morning so that I could be here sitting, right? So that, right? So everything is so that we could do something. So that maybe then he likes me. Yeah, then it's changing his being, and therefore then I'm forcing myself, or I'm trying to force something that is not aligned with who I am, and there
Mhm.
is no guilt and shame in the endeavor of seeking of truth. Therefore, you are looking for what a truth is. I'm not going to feel guilty or depressed for not having this opportunity because there's nothing wrong with you and there's nothing wrong with that person. They're both being innocently themselves, yet the lack of connection and or mushy mushy feeling, and you're waiting for 2 days, right? If that's what your gut tells you, then you listen to your intuition. That's the
Right.
issue. We're not listening to our intuition, and therefore then we think that we are insecure. It's not insecurity, it's just not vibing with you. And own it before it just takes over us, right? And then
Right.
we're kind of thinking we're insecure. No.
Right, totally. I completely all right. So, and Michael Martin, I am going to read your comment because it is so spectacular. Give me just a second, you guys, and bear with me. I see your comments rolling in. So, I have to just completely. I just love everything that you're bringing up right now, because
Mm-hmm.
the fact is that if you don't listen to your gut, and you go
Right.
against what your gut is telling you, here's what's going to happen. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, it's the biggest self betrayal. You don't like betrayal, and then you betray
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and then you wonder why, when you get into the screwed up relationship, that you experience more betrayal because you're betraying you, because you walked into something that
Mm-hmm.
you knew you shouldn't be walking into. And then after that, so not
Mm-hmm.
only do you now have these issues, but now you need a victim emergency butthurt kit for your yeah, because now you've
Right.
created a fucking narcissist and you're totally like, "Oh my god, can you believe he did this to me?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, yes I can." But go over there and sit down and because you've got the VS, and the VS is like the VD and it's fucking contagious. So don't. You create your
Right.
own victim experiences when you don't listen to your
Right.
gut because you just betrayed yourself. Snap out of
Right.
it. And a matter of fact, because victim syndrome, I got a thing about the whole victim syndrome. I realize
I love it. I
if
love
you're
the
hurting,
victim. It's the
y'all, I
best
get it.
character. Love
I
it.
get it. If you're hurting, I do. I promise you, dear God, I promise you,
Oh
I
yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah,
It has
yeah.
nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that we're talking about empowering the shit out of your badass self right
Right.
now. And by
Right.
listening
Right.
to your gut, by listening to what's inside of you, that it's in
Mhm.
guiding you.
Right.
Forget everybody else outside of you. You're the only one that matters here in
Right.
the scheme of this. Do
Right.
what your gut and what your heart speaks to you. And when you don't, you betray yourself. I'm going to say it again. And then you walk into experiences that you feel betrayed. Do you guys
Right.
get it? You're mirroring how you're treating yourself in another human being. And then you're calling your shit a victim syndrome self. Oh my God. Stop it. Stop it. I've done this more times than I care to count. Can I tell you, Francisco? More times. How many times have
Mhm.
you done it? And I know y'all
Mhm.
out there have done it too. Don't tell me you haven't.
My, oh my God, right. And then we're blaming the person we're with that they should have discerned for us if what I was feeling was true or not. And
Well,
then we tell them,
right?
you need to discern for me. And that's what we tell people. It's like, can you discern for me? Because I can't trust myself trusting you. No. What? Okay. If you can't, if you feel like you're walking on eggshells on this relationship, that you're talking to someone and you feel like you're pretending to be safe because you're just waiting for the shoe to drop, you need to call this person and say, hi, I really don't trust myself dating you because I don't trust myself being with you. And that's more authentic than being and walking in fear that something's gonna happen and you're just gonna be let go. And if that's what it is, it's just not a good time to be. Because that's what I
Yeah.
realized on this Capricorn full moon, the last one. I said
Mhm.
I don't trust my intuition. I don't trust the things that are happening. But I give the best advice. Okay, wait, I'm a scammer. Then I'm a scam. Then I'm a scam. If I can't
Real,
trust
real.
me with my personal relationships, but I'm giving advice to the rest of the world, then there's a distortion. And what else am I sending and saying in distortion with that? So I said, no, that's not real. It's an illusion because I do trust myself and I do trust what I'm doing. So why am I not integrating that there? And that kind of clear that up. So now I'm safe in my boundaries. The father in me has been opened, has been awoken. So when the father is awoken, you don't have to be actively discerning anymore because it's subconsciously programmed already. So there's a point that just doesn't come to you anymore because the father has awoken, right?
Straight up in a nutshell. And I want to just tell everybody, I hope you really just let that soak in, that you are so important, you're so worthy, and you're so deserving of the love
Right.
that you seek. And because you are, we're both willing to show up and say, listen, we've done this and we know you've done that and we've all done it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's time to do it
Mm-hmm.
differently. And the way to do it differently is to really truly step into practicing these boundaries. And but I wanna tell discernment versus it's still there's still some judgment in there. I wanna just encourage y'all to do alignment. Am I in
Mm-hmm.
alignment? Are we in
Mm-hmm.
tune? Listen, think of yourself as a fine-tuned instrument, and you've been playing this instrument all your life because it is
Mm-hmm.
you. There is a
Mm-hmm.
single melody within each of us that is unique to us, and we have that harmony together.
Mm-hmm.
When we're all
Right.
playing our own tune and our own melody, and we're only
I played clarinet in high school. I couldn't sit and play my clarinet and play my neighbor, my play the chair next to me play their clarinet too. That shit didn't work because then mine wasn't playing. You understand?
Right,
You
right,
have
right.
to you got to play your own deal. And what happens is
Yeah.
that when you do that, then you show up and
Hmm.
you're able to align harmony, with harmony,
Right,
with
right.
harmony,
So
and
important.
totally. So I want to just do a shift though, because I really want to get to this question or
Yes,
this
yes,
comment because
yes.
now we're going to get in a whole new
I,
bit of
I
it.
love it.
Do you see this? Did you see this, babe?
Yes. Yeah, I was reading this something Subway New York, and I'm like, oh my God, I come from there, right?
Mm,
Once riding the subway New York with my headphones on, as we left stop for the second street, a blind man came to me, apparently his blinded eyes and completely white. He sat in front of me in my head, prayed to ask for God only because his man seeks darkness with his eyes. Let him see beautiful things in his head. I must be have repeated it 5 times now, not aloud. Would you believe and looked up and go, wow. See, this is when you know that it's divine intervention, right? When you're walking around and then you have these little messengers, right? And it's a homeless
yes,
man,
yes.
right, with a message. So it's like, see, it's all, it's all
Yeah.
what's happening is happening now.
Isn't that beautiful? Well,
I love it.
so telepathy. Is
Right.
telepathy real? Well, that takes us back again to the 100th monkey. The 100th monkey
Yes.
story is all
Yes.
about that. It's all about how these monkeys on this one island started all washing their sweet potatoes, and how the scientists discovered years later that monkeys on the subsequent like islands thousands of miles away had started
We're doing
washing
it.
their sweet potatoes. Yeah,
Right.
we are connected by a divine energetic field. We're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
We are the super highway. Our
Right.
connection is the super highway. Well, we got the internet, and it's got a well. Imagine that you are
Mm-hmm.
the computer, you are the receptor, you are the Bluetooth. And in fact, your Bluetooth, as Leon Hendricks would, I loved this. He said that we are the Bluetooth to the signal of source.
Right. And then source energy, right, of course. Right. And it's so when I become aware of something, of a truth, then that gets, so somebody maybe did some healing in the last few weeks, and then I received that download of
Yeah.
that possibility because I'm looking for that answer, right? So as soon as I clear something, as soon as I heal, people heal around you instantly because then they start washing their sweet potatoes, right?
And we're all washing our sweet potatoes. Make us a sweet potato pie.
Right, right, right.
Mm. But it's just we are so connected, you guys. Has
Mhm.
anybody? I mean, okay, so we're into this telepathy discussion. I
Yes,
want
I
to
love
know
it.
out there, is there anybody who's ever experienced thinking about somebody and then all of a sudden they call within a second, they call within 5 minutes or within 2 days or within two
Yeah.
days? I just had this happen again. I have this best friend since I was 18 and I love him so much. And I hadn't talked to
Hmm.
him in a while. So I was laying there and I was thinking about him and how much I miss him. And I just miss him like to give huggy buggy touches. And
Hmm.
sure enough, he called. He did.
Hmm.
Now, how
Hmm.
many? Okay, so I know how many times has this happened to you ever?
Yeah, always. I mean, with me,
Right?
it's scary because the more aligned you are, the quicker it happens, right? So this is what I call a dharmic state of consciousness, not a karmic anymore, a dharmic, where you're in alignment. So all of a sudden, you're kind of, this is like what I call that the Starbucks effect. It's like everything just happening for you. The Uber guys at the door, boom, boom, shut the door. Okay, we're getting to Starbucks. The coffee is ready. Open, close, elevator, beam, beam, green light. Everything is yes. You're in alignment with the universe, and everything is just moving right along. And whenever you're in this kind of alignments, we got to be very careful what we're thinking because
Mm.
it's gonna manifest right instantly.
Yes.
And it's this alignments, this synchronizations that there's something happening, right? So staying cautiously aware of what we're thinking, right? Because then all of a sudden we create the boogeyman. The boogeyman comes and right, and that's our
Yeah.
fear and our doubt, and it's like the fool, right? It's like, come on, we're not fool no more. And if we can surrender that, we have a probability timeline where we could be in love and light and truth, then we may as well play the same tape and not even try this ascension. Then let's just go back to the same garbage, because we
That's
gotta
a broken
surrender.
record. That's broken
Right,
record.
it's a broken record. Right,
Were you
right.
guys ever okay? So record players were something a long, long, long time ago for you millennials. Yeah, just kidding. No, I mean like younger than you even that don't know what a record player is. Well, it's this thing that had a needle and it would play the sound. It was really cool. It would
The
come out of
needle.
a speaker. It had a needle
Right,
on it. But
right.
anybody who's ever had a record player knows that when there's a little, dust or particle or scratch on the record,
Hmm.
it just sits there. Eh, eh,
Right,
eh, eh,
right.
and it just keeps going. And my life has definitely looked like a broken record at times. Well, at least my
Mm.
story looked like a broken record. My life didn't look any
Yeah.
different. It was my story. I was so stuck in a story of abuse, or so stuck in a story of this shitty relationship, or so stuck in the story, well, he was a narcissist. And
Right.
I mean, for real, like I was stuck in it. And it wasn't until I took accountability and realized, wait a minute, I said the yes from the get. I'm the one that stepped into this relationship. And did I honest was if I was honest with myself, I would have known there were red flags and I would have known that's not right. That's not good. There's something
That's
I
not.
knew
Yeah.
it. Dude, how many times have you walked into something knowing damn good we're going back to that gut instinct again, but it's
Oh
how
my
many
God.
times? Yeah.
Right. And
You're
we
not
know it. We
listening.
know
You
it. And we
do.
know it. And we know it, right? And we know it until it happens, and we realize that knowing was the correct one. And we know what it is that we seek for betterment of people, and we have hope. So we actually ignore our gut feeling, hoping that that's not real, because we want to give opportunities and we want to be optimistic. But one thing is being positive, and the other one is being out of touch with reality again. So, right, so that's when we got to say, okay, is just because it's negative, or just because I'm thinking something negative, doesn't mean that I'm a negative person or that I'm being negative about something. It just
Right.
means that something around me is telling me that there's something negative that my soul recognizes already, and that's the anxiety. And people ask me, how do you get rid of anxiety? You don't. You integrate anxiety. Anxiety is the taste buds of the soul. Anything like that, you're telling me it's like taking your tongue out of your mouth and then eat with not tasting food. This is how you know when something is off. So, right. So we just got to discern those things, right?
Yeah.
Yes, proceed with caution with anything we do, but let's not be a victim of my story either, right? Because then
Right.
we are not moving forward, right?
Exactly. So we lift the needle off the record and we stop the broken
Mm-hmm.
record of the old story.
Right.
My old stories so part of my old stories held belief systems that I wasn't worthy or deserving,
Mm-hmm.
and that did not
Mm-hmm.
it served me for me to be able to recognize and see it because it put me in situations that did not feel good physically or
Right.
mentally.
Right.
But that's okay because I said yes from the get, and when I became
Right.
100% accountable, then I stopped my story because my story no longer served me to say it. It didn't serve me. I don't somebody the other day said this word wound mates. You know when you meet the friend or you meet the person and then you have the wound mate and you have the wound mate because
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're connecting with. Think
Okay,
about
woman. Yeah, totally.
wound.
Right. Right.
Right,
Right.
your wound mate is the person you're like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
oh, you had that happen? Oh, let me tell you what, I had this happen." Or let me I mean, it's like goes into the war of the scars.
That
The
is
war
true.
the war of the wounds, the war of the wounds. Let me tell you all the wounds I've got. I got
Right.
scars.
Right. And people talk
I've
about them.
measured up. Right,
Right.
exactly. That's the thing though, is like, all right, do you want a wound mate or do you want a soul
Right.
mate? Which one do you
Right.
want? And when you're connecting with another human being, and this happens when we're dating,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking for like where is it that we're going to align and connect? And if you're connecting at the lower vibration of the old story in the wound, what do you
Mm-hmm.
think is going to happen to that relationship? Yeah, but we got so much in common. Isn't that lovely? You had so much in common. I'm so glad we both had abuse. Oh shit. Woo, we're gonna we're,
Oh, that's
we're,
funny, right? I'm so glad we're both so abused, and that's all we're focusing on this day.
oh
Right?
shit. What the fuck? You know what that
I'm not
relationship's
paying the
gonna look
bills,
like.
right?
Okay, dude, this was my second freaking long-term relationship in my life, 25 years old, and we were wound mates. What the hell
Right.
do you think that relationship wound up looking like? Oh, Doggy. Oh,
Yeah,
not that they're looking
right.
for. So I fell in love with the potential. I fell in love with, oh, I can change, but they can be loved by me, and I'm going to make a difference. They will be different. And that didn't work either, by the
Mm,
way. I hate to tell you, that was so codependent.
mhm,
It was sick. And but the wound mate, I promise you, anybody else out there ever have a wound relationship? We don't want wound
mhm.
mates. We want soulmates. And how can we do that? By following our gut.
Right, our intuition. And you're so right. I mean, if we're talking about how I beat her ass last week and I'm so happy about it, and
Aw.
people taking pride of their shadow, this is a big red flag. When people take pride on their shadow, this is dangerous because they're proud of their shadow. They're proud of their negative. Oh, you mess with me, I'll show you. Okay, well, nobody wants to see you, bitch. Get out of here, right?
Yep. Well,
So
that's what
at
we're
the end
okay,
of
now yeah, because we're going ego. Now we're stepping into,
right.
let go my ego.
Who cares when you're angry? I don't give a crap because nobody wants to see you and you shouldn't be proud of that. No wonder.
Oh, I tell you, yeah. Well, I look at, I love you. You guys, I want to tell you, I had to say a shout out really quick to Prince Fleet Easton. And we were talking about you have a
Oh,
crown.
Prince.
Looky, I borrowed the crown.
Hmm.
Look at he doesn't see me yet. I'm
Oh, I love your crown. I have one too. Oh my God, let's put them on.
and then we have
Look,
Fleety.
here we go. Yeah,
Oh
perfect.
my god, but yours is like, oh my god, I love your
No,
crown.
no
That's really
issue. No issue also both. So I like to teach with these things because this is teaches sovereignty. And what does that mean? That means that I'm responsible for everything and I don't blame anyone for why I don't know something. Right?
he does.
Because that's
That's
what
right.
we're blaming people why we don't know something. Well, okay. That's just an experience, it's called, right? And then, so sovereignty really, guys, is like, sovereignty is basically, I'm a responsible person. I'm a prince or a king or a queen, and I'm not better than you because you're just as divine as me, right? And the thing with this is that people think that they think that I think that that I'm
Right?
better than you.
Yeah, that's so not freaking. It's not. That's not it.
Right. It's
That's
like
not
you
it.
think that she
No.
thinks that I said that last week. Oh God. Take a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot of the screenshot. One of those go in a hell chats, right? Get out of there. Just get out of the chat.
Right.
Love it.
Oh my god, you're
Yeah,
killing me.
so
So,
yeah, I love
all
it.
right. All right. So you guys, I hope what you're gathering from today, in all
Hmm.
seriousness, is how important you are. How vitally freaking important you are. And you're so much more important than holding on to an old story that you came from the alcoholic, abusive parents, or that you had the narcissist boyfriend or girlfriend, or that you had the blah, 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 blah. I want you to notice that everything that I've said was an I and then a had. I had. You no longer have
Right.
it. You understand that that's in the past. It's not in the present. You want to make heaven, you want heaven on earth, then be in the present with
Hmm.
what's in the now. Be in the present with right
Hmm.
here, right now. How do I do
Hmm.
that? You choose to do this and you
Hmm.
choose to see things differently. And by choosing to see
Hmm.
how that things are working for you, how did that relationship work for you? Think about this. If you've been so angry and so focused for so long on just the aspects of the relationship that didn't work for you, you're passing over the opportunity. You're
Hmm.
just passing that opportunity. It just keeps passing you by. It will come by again for you to be able to see it a little bit differently. When you
Hmm.
I encourage you to just sit back and observe. Observe
Hmm.
it. Observe you in that
Hmm.
space with that relationship. And then I want you to think about, how did this work for me? What the hell
Right.
did this give me in my life for me? Because I damn well said the sacred yes and walked into that shit. I'm not a victim. I am not that. So what am I? I am a person who learned what aspect of you
Hmm.
is in that narcissist. See, this is the thing, that other thing I got to tell y'all. I'm just as much a fucking narcissist as he is. And you know
Yeah,
why?
that's
Because
true.
I'm gonna mirror the shit out of it. We're the perpetrator
Right.
and we're the victim in a relationship
Right.
all of the time. I have had men in my life like that we would switch off, man. Especially my last
Hmm.
relationship of 13 years, man. We would switch off the
Wow.
perpetrator victim where,
Right.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we would yeah, he wasn't the
Yeah. You switch
alcoholic.
roles.
Yeah, he
Hmm.
wasn't, he was different. So we would switch it off. So if I
Hmm.
call him a narcissist, then truly I need to own the own narcissisms inside of me, because
Hmm.
I have not yet met somebody who has been through a lot of shit in their life and doesn't have some narcissistic tendencies. And I know you all are going,
Right.
well, good, because I want you
Yeah.
to really
Well.
hear this. It is
Right.
it serving you to sit around calling your ex some shit, or
Hmm.
are you
Hmm.
starting, if you start to be willing to look at your own aspect of this as growth, it may
Hmm.
just possibly change and shift for you, and then your story begins to shift because you get into gratitude over
Oh
it.
my God. Yeah, gratitude.
Okay,
And
there we
that's
go.
so important.
Take it away.
Gratitude. I mean, with no gratitude, you have nothing. You don't have nothing. You really don't, because how could you appreciate? I mean, how do you know when your cup is full if you don't appreciate what's already there? I mean, it's half full, half empty. What the hell are we doing, right? So we need to just be grateful that someone is interested in me rather than hold my hand. Ah, you didn't hold my hand. Ah, you don't love me. Well, stop making this about yourself. Why are we making this about ourselves? Stop. You hold his hand then. Yeah, he's supposed to. Belief system, limited, box, small mind, right? There we go. Hold my hand. And then you and then it's this victim. Poor you, because you didn't get treated how you want to treat yourself. Wait a minute. That sounds like service to self, maybe. So are we hijacking people to like be personal boyfriend, like little idea, and then of course the narcissist pushes them away, right? Because come here and then go away, go away. No, enough. Too much happy. Go away now. Well, just get yourself a Gucci bag or a dog next time, right? Who gives a shit? If you're gonna treat people, that's not real love, anyways, because you're not allowing to receive love. Because when he wants to love you, you push him away. But when you're a horny bitch, you want to get on. Okay, well, you know what? You need to make up your mind here, because that's not gonna work. Also, so we we need to really take responsibility. And yeah, you're right. The narcissist is there because the empath is the narcissist. It's like it comes with an extra feature though. So at the end of the day, right, we need to just own the why. Okay, I attracted a narcissist because I want to heal a narcissist, but also I want my way too because my parents beat me and my dad, and therefore I'm looking for love like he's looking for love. The narcissist is hiring a mom or a dad at the end of the day, right? But they don't know why they don't know
Exactly. Yeah, well, they're
that.
trying, they're seeking the one that they didn't have the most from. They're like,
Right,
if it was lacking with the mother, then they're seeking the mother. Exactly, 100%. And I think
right.
for my case, I switch off. I
Yeah,
was switching off. I've stayed single for a long time for a really good reason. Okay.
yeah, right.
Well,
And that's
yeah, because I looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for
right,
love
right.
in too many spaces. It did not work for me.
Mhm.
Well, no, actually,
Yeah.
it did work for me because it taught me so much about myself that I really
Hmm.
needed to take a look at, and I needed to understand my value and my
But you see,
needs.
the universe was showing the opposite of what love was, which was
Yeah,
nothing like
totally.
that. And then, see, the universe is always showing us the opposite contrast because we don't know
Always.
what we're looking for until we look, we find it. Therefore,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this is not what the person I want to be with looks like. But then we force ourselves, even dating, I find dirty
He's
and dating,
dirty. He,
dirty,
oh, he's dirty dating. He's dirty dating.
dirty,
Dirty
dirty.
dating is
I
like
made up
dirty
a word,
dancing.
dating and dirty. Dirty. See,
Dirty
I love it.
dating.
Dirty, right? So that happens because we go into these dates. It's like a sport now. So it's like you win or you lose, right? And it's
Yeah.
like let's get this together, and then it's almost like bet who makes the move first, right? It's like so let's not force attractions either because dating is forcing an attraction. Let's come together to see if we're attracting each other. What? But if it didn't happen, then it's not gonna happen because you didn't do it organically. But dating also is nice because you can go and see if there's an interest. I mean, right? But forcing that attraction is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I just so well, that's like that's a hardcore attachment to the outcome. Gonna totally
Oh
be
my
screwed. Oh
God.
my God, you keep doing that. Well, I know what's gonna happen if you do that because I did that, and it doesn't
Right.
turn out well. Okay, whew, how about if we see what's going on with our lovely audience and see what's happening?
Yes. Hi
I see our.
guys. All
All
right.
right. Hi, Linda. Look at this. Looky. Mm-mm-mm.
Love
And
it.
we've and for Dina, look at all these great comments. Oh my God. So true. You have a wound mate, and when you start to have spiritual growth, and when you start to see that it serves no purpose to be in this relationship with this soul, you move on.
Man.
No victim mentality. You just move on and heal. It's all our responsibility of our spiritual growth. Hallelujah.
Right. And you see, that's it. And that's it. Simple. So for that, I now said simple. Anything else is, but why? I don't know. That's fake. That's not me. Why do you say that? Right. And it's like, okay, well, there we go with the blame shifting, not taking responsibility. Right. And it's that simple, guys. If we just stick to what's simple, you will set yourself free from all this attachment because the ego loves the complex thing, the separating this with that and
Right.
make everything label separate. And their soul is just very simple. And you really stop suffering when you just go to the heart, right?
We do. I want to show you guys, and I want to give it to them really simple. I actually have a couple visuals for you all to just check this out. Now, if you can keep yourself guided this way emotionally, so you've
Oh
got an
yeah.
emotional guidance scale. I'm going to
Hmm.
peek at you. I can see you.
I love it.
I
Yeah.
see you up there. I do.
Yeah.
So you guys see, you see there's a downward spiral and an upward spiral. Fear, grief,
Hmm.
depression, powerlessness, and victim at the very bottom of the Richter scale here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Victim, you see? Yeah.
All the way at the top, we've got the joy and empowerment and love and appreciation, gratitude and freedom. And you say, well, shit, how do I get from here to over here? Well, I'll show you what. We were just talking about our ego. Now, look, I'm not going to keep this up for long, but I just want to show you all something real quick. If you go from resistance, make wrong, judgment, guilt, blame,
Hmm.
shame, and criticism, and these are the 7 shifts that I got from Love Coach Academy. Thank you very much, Scott Thomas.
Hmm.
To the willingness to be curious, to use compassion and acceptance, understanding, reassurance, and appreciation, you will be able
Hmm.
to stick to play in this side, which is your upward spiral versus the downward spiral side, because you will be coming from your heart conscious space versus a heart conscious space looks like this right here. Look at all
Right.
these.
I love it.
Look at all these yummy little. Isn't that pretty? I made that.
I
Isn't it
love it.
cute?
I love it. Yeah, that's amazing.
Acceptance and vulnerable heart and compassion. Those are heart centered emotions or
Right.
spaces to come from. Our heart
Right.
coherence. So we're coming from our frontal lobe connected to our
Hmm.
heart. Our frontal lobe's
Hmm.
connected to our heart chakra. You guys,
Hmm.
seriously, this is where it comes from. So these are the how that we do the shift. You just keep yourself in check. If you're if
Right.
you're if you're judging, blaming, shaming, criticizing, including yourself, then you're definitely in your ego. If you are not in joy or if you're not in bliss or if you're not in appreciation, you are in victim mode. It is that damn simple. And how do you get yourself out of it?
Right.
You practice using a scale, the emotional scale, and you practice stepping outside of yourself and observing and seeing
Right.
where you need to make your shift instead of looking over at Tom, Dick, Harry, Jane, and Susan and saying, "It's your fault. You did this. It's you." That's
Right.
bullshit.
Yeah.
You are no. In fact, go look in the mirror because that's where you need to start with. And
Right.
seriously, with the I love me statements, your I am statements, so that you're not
Mhm.
looking at Tom, Dick, and Jane and saying it's your
Right.
fault.
Right.
It's your fault.
Comparing with the okay, a leader has a vision, and when the leader starts looking at what people are doing to the left, what people are doing to the right, we lose that clarity of vision of thought because it's all blending. It's all blended in already. So your thought is creating that. So comparing ourselves to others is very disempowering
Yeah.
because we're giving power, and that's where, oh, they're lucky and I'm not, right? Create your luck. Really, luck is you are lucky. You don't need to learn to be lucky, or you don't need to learn, because again, the luck template is another one that is disempowering because it says that you need something that they have that you don't, and that's not real. That's an illusion, right? Doesn't
It,
exist.
nope, doesn't. And well, and that's the thing. We all have to try it. So try whatever you need to. Try on
Hmm.
whatever you'd like. There is
Hmm.
there really is no right or wrong way. If it doesn't feel good,
Hmm.
you're gonna know. You're gonna know.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you get it if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, y'all know that's insanity. So stop.
Right.
And I don't know.
Right.
I've done it more times than I can count.
Me
Okay,
too.
look at
Yeah, I'm a
this.
master saboteur. Master saboteur here. Master saboteurs
We could have won Grammys for this shit.
for
Like we could have
saboteur,
won.
right?
Right. Total. All right. So sharing a big step. Hey, Wendy. I love you, girl. Uh-huh. Oh, look at she's got her first date tonight after healing from past relationships.
Good,
Amazing.
good. I love
Mhm.
that. You see, so it's about trusting, and again, and part of the intuition, model is the trust that your intuition trusting that that's correct, and even if it's not, it's still served for your highest good because you still should have been aware of something, and for the next time you're more conscious. So no matter what happens to us, it will always serve us for our highest good because unless you die, you're still here. So you're still learning, right?
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Absolutely. So what I would say, Wendy, is that yes, trust your gut,
Mm-hmm.
trust what you're feeling, but also you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Know what your boundaries are and be very clear with them. Okay.
Right.
And really,
Right.
really just be yourself. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to and just you've been doing this for a while. You've been working on you for a long while. I know you. You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Just be you and don't it because if they don't love every aspect of you, then forget it. Forget it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I could tell you. I get I don't know, the dating thing. Can't we just skip
Mm.
past that shit? Let the first 6 months just dissipate so we can get to the real shit?
Right, and that's
Yeah,
the it's that dating. It's the BS of the dating. It's like it's very uncomfortable period because you
yeah,
can you can be yourself, but your inner self is not being shown. But if you show that too soon, it could scare people away also, right? But that's the thing. If I have to be thinking about me scaring you away, then good, I will. And then if you leave, then you're not for me. Therefore, then there is no me being something I'm not then. Because if I'm too concerned about that, then yeah, you need to just be you, right? Because that's a red flag of your own being that you're not being yourself, then, right?
yep.
Um, Boundaries and respect is necessary. So he hasn't called you, okay, you're not gonna call him 20 times a day because then clearly you know what I mean. So
Yeah, it's probably not gonna be it.
respecting the other person like you respect yourself. But do you respect yourself, and do you know what that means? Because maybe we don't, and we think we do. But then again, we're so buried in our own trash, so we have no perspective of even where my arm is, right? And that's the issue,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you know.
What I heard you just say was like, um, respect yourself. Show up for others as you want people to show up for you, is what I heard you say.
Right, right. It's like
Be that for someone else. Yeah.
show up for me like how I show up for others, right? And that's why I'm saying when people are going on dates, I feel like they want to be treated how they treat themselves rather than treating the other person how they treat themselves. So it's the other way around because we want to be treated how we think we should, like the movies or the Devil Wears Prada. Where's that piece of white paper I had in my hand yesterday morning, right?
Yeah,
And it's
right?
like, no, it's not. It's really simple. And I think that the disappointment comes when the crown and the castle doesn't show up, right?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Yes, I am a princess.
Yes.
However, however, that means that a princess always marries a prince. So that means the
Mm-hmm.
princess has to know how to treat a prince and treat
Mm-hmm.
myself, treat people like you want to be treated. And if
Mm-hmm.
you aren't liking what you're receiving, change what you're
Mm-hmm.
giving. Change what you're giving. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't like what you're getting, what you're receiving, change what you're giving. All right? Because the
Right.
fact,
Right.
like I, let me give you one quick example of this before, because I know we're up on the hour. But
Mm-hmm.
if you ever went like had a day, I'm having such a bad day. Oh my God, it's horrible. I went to the store and she was a bitch, and then I came home and my kids are little shits, and then my husband walked in and he's a dick. And you know what? Fuck all you all, because I don't even care right now. Oh, and my neighbor, can I tell you all about my neighbor? Here's the thing. There's one common denominator with all those people. Okay? All right? All right?
Right. Right.
When you hear
Right.
those people spewing that, it's like, so you're telling me your days suck that hard, huh? Yeah.
Right. And it's like people
Was the dog was the dog a shit too? Oh, the dog. The dog. Let me tell you about the
yeah,
dog.
and then the dog too,
The
right? The
dog
dog
did
was
shit
hell.
too. The dog's fucked too. The dog that you all just go, y'all did it. Still, there's
Right. It's like
one common denominator.
right.
One. It's
Right.
it's safe to consider it's not outside. Oh my God, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that, right?
Right. It's like
What's the
the it's like people complaining about people complaining about people.
yeah, what the flip is that?
People complain. It's like people judging, or people complaining about people complaining. So, but you're complaining about the complaining people, so that makes you one of them too, right? So we
Oh,
got to include ourselves in our judgments, right? It's like the man at the store one time is like, look at all the stupid people taking toilet paper. I said, well, that includes yourself too, right? Because you're with the stupid people at the store with us, right? Include yourself in everything you say, because what you say is a reflection of who you are. So, okay, that's it. Done.
boom. And with that, we are on the hour. That was some rock star. You guys, I love you. We
Love you
honestly
guys.
love you. Okay, but before we go,
Yeah.
how do people get a hold of you and work with you?
My business page, Francisco Javier Osadrisola. So we'll put my page here, maybe, or you guys know, or the High Angelic Council, and my website, kindlovingspiritual.com. We book sessions there. If you guys need guidance, I'm here to help you see those distortions and or perspective. We're so buried in our perspective. Again, somebody else seeing you will make you see something. We need each other, guys. I even need couches coaches myself. I need people to call my BS sometimes, because we need to. So we're
Yep.
all one.
And I love that you bring that up, because actually that's the truth of it. Constantly being, and
Mhm.
I'm always I love Coach Academy. I've been practicing those for 3 years. And I won't stop, because it's communication skills. And
Mm.
then with like Taya Boot Camp, I will go back and do a refresher course, or I
Mhm.
will, whatever the case may be. I with my friends and I've been watching this series, and we just for empowerment, together. But always, I
Mhm.
encourage everybody to always seek out and continue to expand and
Right.
and what you just said is super important. Have somebody in your life who's willing to put your ass in check.
Right. Right.
And if you want
And
to work, sorry, darling.
relationships should do it. Like if you have a boyfriend or a husband, they should do that too. But if they're not doing that, then you're serving them, but they're not serving you, because they're not helping you expand. Right.
You did it. Yep. Shazam. Absolutely Shazamo. 100%. So I am going to end this with a little quickie commercial. And
I
and
love
then
it.
I want to tell you guys something. And you're invited to this at 9 o'clock, which is an hour from now. I'm going to be on again. This time we're going to be on with the love coaches. And when it's Friday, Frolicking Friday. So you're invited to come and dress up. But today's in particularly special. We're going to have somebody named Jay Marer on, who is going to be teaching a process called light touch. Light touch. It's sort of like
Mhm.
it's about touching, like, just really super soft connecting.
Oh, oh my God, I know these techniques. Yes, it's about trust. It's about
Yeah.
trust. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
And
mhm.
and
Yeah.
so this is going to be at 9 o'clock. So you guys, I
Yeah.
invite everybody to make sure that you're watching right here on Spirituality Gone Wild. Okay, or Love Coach Academy, either one. We're in the same
Mhm.
place. But come and hang out. And if you want to actually come into the Zoom, then it will actually be I've said actually like 4 times in a row. I hate it when I do that. I happen to notice that.
Actually,
Actually, actually, actually,
I,
actually,
but that's good
actually,
though, right? It's actually you're like zooming out of your own brain. Actually, never mind.
actually. Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
Moreover,
oh,
more, or you could say moreover, or however.
how I know. However.
There you go.
All right, guys, I'm going to play this commercial really quick. We will see you again next week. You're going to have to just watch for when that is and when we decide to come on. We gave you,
Yeah.
I am appreciating everybody's comments here. Believe me. And I now which one is which? I think this is it. All right, guys. Peace out. We will
Till
see
next
you next
time,
week.
victory.